Hey guys, this is Rise, and this is my review for the CT Toys Batman Hush Black version. Hopefully they'll do a blue one next, right? That's one that I would like a lot. I prefer blue Batman to black Batman, but I've been playing around with this figure for a few hours now, and it's a pretty good one. So let's get started. So to start us off, this here is the box, right? As you can see here, it technically isn't Batman, it's Bayman, and it's not Hush, it's Yush, right? They probably did this for legal reasons. I mean, I don't know how it's going there, but they're probably in deep trouble with both Mayfax and DC bootlegs, right? So yeah. Uh, the box emulates a Mafex style one. I personally don't own any, so I can't really compare it to anything else. But I know this is the Mafex style. If you check the back here, you actually can see the accessories it comes with. So you got the gargoyle right here as his stand, and here you got the various accessories he's got. It's not all of them though. It's missing most of the hands. Here it just shows the grappling hook hand and the Wolverine battering kind of hand. But still, I feel like this is a very good looking box. Mine is a little beat up, but if you buy this, I wouldn't be too worried about the state your product gets in. Mine came wrapped heavily in bubble wrap, so I think even though it's a little beat up, the figure itself is gonna be okay by the end of its travels. As for accessories, uh, I'll give you guys a deeper look into them. So the figure itself comes with the fisted hands, uh, but as you can see, there's a lot of things in the box with it. So first off, we have this grinning, not grinning, gritting his teeth, right? An angry head sculpt for Batman. We also have this short grapple and this long grapple, and these guys, they actually connect to these grapple hands on the bottom here. If you look into the barrel of the grappling gun, you can see there's a bit of a hole in there, and if you just align it right and push it in a little bit, you can see that the hand is now grappling, right? I think this is a very cool play feature, actually. Opens up a lot of space for displays. I think that's pretty nice. I know this isn't a CT Toys thing, right? It's a Mayfax one, but still, I think it's a great idea. Uh, Here we also have a pair of hands that are made to be holding the cape. You can see that they are kind of fisted, but not entirely fulfilled, right? There, it's a little bit hollow. You can see here that the thumb is actually lightly raised, and that is for putting the cape inside, so he can pull off poses like defending from bullets and stuff like that. So these are also very cool. He also comes with these kind of battering Wolverine hands, right? This little pair. We see him using this a few times. I have never read the Hush story, to be honest. I still don't have that one. Uh, but I've seen in other media him using his batarangs like this. So it's a nice inclusion. I don't know if he uses it a lot in the comic though. We also have these kind of open hands. These are for grabbing, mostly another accessory, which is the batarangs. We'll take a look into them later. So these are pretty standard with action figures. You also have a lot of these with like Marvel Legends. It's just to hold on to stuff, which is very necessary, right? We also have these kind of relaxed hands. I I don't really know any specific use for these, but you know, they're just relaxed hands. I like to use this posing him like flying when he's jumping off a building and, you know, spreading his cape. I feel like they work very well for that. But, you know, very general area of use for these hands. And the last one are these not really relaxed hands, very open but kind of in a distressed way. I feel like these are very cool too, especially for more dynamic poses, kind of make him be running or trying to grab onto someone. These are very cool as well. And we also have two pairs of two different types of batarangs. So we have this rounder one, I would even say maybe sharper design. These remind me of Robin for some reason. Maybe the Teen Titans Go cartoon and the old Teen Titans as well. He had some sharper batarangs like these. And we also have a classic bat style pair of batarangs here. I personally think these would be better if they were painted black with maybe some red or blue detailing. But I don't know if that's from the story or whatever. I do think it's a pretty cool style, especially these sharper ones. Also, kind of reminds me of I think it's the Sonic one from the Arkham games, or maybe the remote controlled ones. I like these. I like this a lot. So, oh yeah, before I forget, he also comes with this gargoyle base, right? Uh, from the iconic cover from the story. I'll try to put up a picture. It's very well painted, to be honest. Like, I didn't expect it to have any kind of shading, but it goes from a light gray here to a darker gray here, and there's like some dry brushing of a lighter gray over the figure. And here you can kind of see that it's a yellowish, lighter gray kind of. Uh, Basically, uh, I can't remember the word right now, but like scrapes on the concrete, right? So it's a pretty great base. It comes with this little port here for this flying base kind of thing, right? The hook, and it also comes with this standard flying base, which honestly pretty awesome that they come with these for a character like Batman that is always jumping and like spreading his cape and all that. These are uh, very deserved inclusions here. Now let's finally get to the star of the show, Batman himself. So the figure, I don't know how close it is to an actual Mayfix, right? Because I don't own one. They're very expensive for me. Uh, So I'm actually very glad that CT Toys make these. They're probably the best way I'll have to be accessible for me for at least some time. Uh, so I can't really compare the articulation and the quality of the plastic and stuff like that, the quality of the painting. But I'll do my best to at least give a grading to it, right? So sculpt wise, I think that this is a great sculpt. Uh, really, I don't even have much to say. I mean, it's just simple, but a good type of simple, right? It's effective. This is Batman at the end of the day. Like, you can't look at this and not say this is Batman. The belt is classic, even reminds me of the old Justice League Unlimited belt design. Maybe the story Hush is where they took that from, or maybe it's just a basic design for the belt. I know the belt had many redesigns over the years. You can see that it's a pretty strong buck for him, right? Very well defined, and I feel like that works very good for Batman. He is one of the strongest human characters in media, especially specifically comic books. So I feel like that works very well. The whole body is well defined. I like the pecs here, the things here on his ribs. I feel like the legs are very, very well sculpted, and the shading of the painting as well really helps to bring out the muscle definition the guys put in here. I also like that the boots, sorry, they're not exactly cut out, but there is a bit of a texture here that you can see is the separation between the boot and the rest of the leg. It's about the same smoothness, so there's no change in the sculpt itself, but it's a bit raised here at the interchangeable part. You can see that the logo is a very classic one. Not necessarily the best painted, but I mean, this is also a bootleg. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's pretty damn good. It's very filled in into the lines. There's just a little bit missing, maybe around here on the borders. I would say that it's missing, but overall, just very very good job by CT Toys. I think they really nailed the Mafex style. I also have the Black Suit Spider-Man they made, and I think that one is just a pretty good figure as well. So let's get into articulation. Up here, oh, sorry, my bad. Took myself by surprise here, but I got his head back. Up here you can see that it's a dumbbell joint. It's a curved dumbbell. I don't exactly know why Mafex does this, but this is a characteristic of Mafex figures. I think he also has a dumbbell at the bottom here. I'm not sure what other articulation it could be, but there's definitely some articulation at the bottom of the neck here. He also has these shoulder articulation. It's not exactly a butterfly joint. I'm not exactly sure what kind of joint this is. I don't think I've ever heard the name of it, but I think it's a pretty good articulation. It gives a lot of range of motion. As you can see, it gives this circular kind of motion to the arm, which I feel is, allows for a lot of movimentation. So yeah, really, really good. He also has a bicep cut here. No forearm cut, but the hands are articulated on the ball joint, and there's a double hinge here at the elbow, which gives us about, and not really a 90-degree bend, but very close to it. I feel that for muscular characters like Batman, a 90-degree bend might be a bit too much, right? Like there's too much muscle for them to get that far. So I'm not mad at that. I feel like this is fine. This makes sense, right? So we also have a cut here. I believe it would be on a dumbbell as well, on the chest, right? And there's a ball joint at the bottom of the torso here, which allows for this kind of movimentation. So he has a lot of tilt, accounting for the dumbbell here and the ball joint down below. So here he kind of has this diagonal kind of cut on the leg. There's a, I don't know, kind of a ball joint here. I'm not sure how to call it. But it has a drop down hip kind of thing here, so his legs can get much further down because of that, which allows for great poses when flying and stuff like that. He also has a double hinge here on the knee, which does give way closer to a 90 bend here. You can see that here it's touching here, right? Like you can get very close to 90 degrees, but again, the muscle kind of impedes that, so makes a lot of sense for such a muscular character. And down here at his feet, it's another ball joint like in the arms, which allows for great movimentation. Doesn't really allow for a pivot, but I don't think that's really necessary when the figure is on a ball joint like this, because you can't just move it, right? It's not really a pivot like in Marvel Legends, where the articulation allows for that. Sorry, the articulation is made to do that. Here, the articulation allows for it without it being the intention. So I wouldn't call it exactly a pivot. It's just a ball joint being a ball joint. It's kind of like an emulation, right? Oh. But yeah, overall, I think the articulation of this guy is pretty good. I am very happy with the state of CT Toys. I think they are growing at an interesting pace, right? I'm still interested in getting some of their mass toys. Maybe I'll get the Kane or maybe the Superior Spider-Man. That is, if I don't find the Marvel Legends sooner. But overall, I mean, this is just pretty good, pretty good, and it's a great looking figure as well. So, just as a bit of a comparison, I have here a Marvel Legends Captain America. This is the Secret Wars wave cap, so pretty recent design. Not the most recent, that would be the Gamerverse, but it's pretty close. And this is the standard cap they've been using for a couple of years now. So they are about the same in height. Cap is a little bit taller, but to be honest, I feel like that works. I think Batman is supposed to be like 6'1", maybe Cap is like 6'3". That is in the comics, right? Not the movies. But overall, I feel like this matches. There's not that much difference in height for them, and I mean Cap is a heightened human, right? Kind of technically, but yeah, I feel like the height works. Oh yeah, one thing here on my copy. I'll get this fixed sooner or later, but I noticed that there's a little bit of wire from the cape. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about this. The cape is wired. You can get a lot of good poses with this cape. I mean, it in itself is basically an accessory. Like, you just spread it a little bit and you can already do the flying pose, right? So, yeah, this cape is really awesome. And the fact that he comes with the flight stand, like, that is very helpful. But yeah, what I was trying to say is this part on my cape, the wire poked through, so I'll have to get that fixed as to not lose it or maybe rip even more of the cape. But it's not that big of an issue. I could maybe use glue. I have some stitching things here at home, so I can maybe fix that myself. But overall, I mean, that is one reasonably minor issue for a bootleg that I paid 1/5 of the price of the original. And I mean, this is surprisingly high quality. Like, it has a similar heft to it than this original Marvel Legends cap. And like, it's a pretty damn good articulated figure. I have little complaints. I think the only complaint I have really is the wire poking through, like I was saying, and like that's very minor, considering that they don't have the same quality control capabilities that like Mafex or Hasbro has, and even then, Hasbro has a lot of QC issues, right? I think a lot of us know about those. But yeah, and as a little bit of another comparison that I like to do, here is my astonishing Wolverine, also from Marvel Legends. And yeah, I gave him a little bit of a cigar. But yeah, he is a little shorter. I feel like this also works between the two of them. One thing that is interesting is that these two merged together in the Amalgam universe during the 90s. And I feel like that is just a very cool fact, especially when you consider that Batman's mask, that Wolverine's mask is two Batmans kissing. So, you know, I think that is very funny. But yeah, so that's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll be back for more. I have a few figures from Big Bad Toy Store coming in. Hopefully I can do a review of those as well. So, see you guys later.